Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Welcome back. Joining me in the studio now is Joe Biggs. You have just gotten back from the annual NRA event. Of course, they announced that they were backing Trump there. How'd it go?
It was pretty awesome. I mean, to be around 70,000 people who are just like you, maybe not as cool as me, but it was pretty awesome. I mean, to see all the new weapons, like the neatest new tactical equipment, ammunition that's not out there on the market. You know, there's 2 guns that were made out of a meteorite. I mean, it was amazing. Guns all over the place, beautiful women with guns. It was a dream.
So you weren't frightened by all those guns?
No, I mean, I was surprised. You know, I've listened to Hillary Clinton from time to time, and you know, the way she makes it sound like these guns are just going to jump up off these counters and shoot me in the head. And not one person was shot there the entire time. Yeah. It was actually ended up being one of the safest places in America for about 3 days straight.
But most likely. So did anyone there, I know you had the opportunity to speak, did anyone there kind of get into a lot of this push for gun control? I know some people were asked there at the NRA event how they felt about gun control. What was the air like there?
Everybody was pretty stoked at the time that I got there because, you know, they had just announced that the NRA was going to back Trump. So everybody was kind of like walking around with their chests out a little bit more because they knew that, all right, if the NRA is going to back this guy, we're going to go in, you know, all the way. So it was a pretty happy crowd. And I don't think a lot of people are really, I don't know, like I'm kind of on the fence. I think a lot of this is, I think the Democrats are kind of playing a game. Sometimes I feel like they're the silent partners, you know, in a company, you know, but every time they say they're going to push for gun control, what happens? Gun sales goes up.
Surge.
You know,
right.
I think there's something they're doing. I don't know.
Playing both sides of the fence. Yeah. You could actually be onto something because as we know, if they are able to disarm the population, we are going the way of Venezuela very quickly. Now, there is a documentary that's out, and Katie Couric was the producer for it. It's called Under the Gun, and this is a complete swipe at people who believe in the Second Amendment. It was supposed to be a documentary that showed both sides of the gun control issue. And now some of the people, the Virginia Citizens Defense League, they say they were interviewed for this supposed fair and balanced documentary, and they were completely edited in a deceptive way. And you have to remember, this is Katie Couric. Oh, well, this is Katie Couric, who came out against the Planned Parenthood videos that surfaced and like really got behind the charge that those videos were deceptively edited. Here, you're going to see here that they actually engaged in deceptive editing. So she's talking to the VCDL, and she asks them how they feel about gun control.
Let me ask you another question. If there are no background checks for gun purchasers, how do you prevent felons or terrorists from purchasing a gun?
So as you can see, they want to make it appear as though these people have absolutely no counter argument to, you know, what would you do? A terrorist could just walk in and get a gun. And this is the big argument that they're always making, that they're trying to say, this is why we need a gun registry, gun control. And now the VCDL has actually come out with their version of the unedited audio. And it's actually 5 minutes long. Everyone had a really great response, totally shut Katie down. And that part was edited out. Take a listen.
How do you prevent felons or terrorists from walking into, say, a licensed gun dealer and purchasing a gun?
Well, one, if you're not in jail, you should still have your basic rights, and you should go buy a gun.
So if you're a terrorist or a felon?
If you're a felon and you've done your time, you should have your rights.
Well, the fact is, we do have statutes, both at the federal and state level, that prohibit classes of people from being in possession of firearms.
So as you can see, they weren't stunned into silence with Katie's question.
I mean, this is what you have to remember. When you go out and you're speaking truth, or you're an organization that's pro-Second Amendment, or you do like we do at Infowars, whenever you go to one of these mainstream media places, you always bring your own camera crew for this reason alone. So kudos to these guys for being smart enough to go in there and film the actual interview so they could take that back when they go out and bulldoze it like she did, and then go, hey, no, this is what actually happened. This is a hit piece. So, you know, bravo for that. I mean, because that's what everyone has to remember to do. If you're ever invited on a show like that, anything like that, You bring someone there to have a backup plan to film that. So when they do something like that, you're good to go. And you can actually get the truth out that you were intending to in the first place.
Right, and that'll become the even bigger story. And now people can challenge Katie Couric's journalistic integrity. And as we know, this is not the first time deceptive editing has been used. Meanwhile, the establishment media will go ahead and they won't back up anything with the whole Planned Parenthood videos. And she was one of the main culprits in this, speaking to her huge audience. So,
well, speaking of hatchet jobs, it looks like Bernie is challenging Trump to a debate. So things might get bloody in a rumble down under. This is an article up by Don Salazar. Democrat candidate Bernie Sanders has challenged Republican nominee Donald Trump to a debate ahead of the California primary. Amid mathematical improbabilities, the Brooklyn Socialist will win his party's nomination. Now, during a Jimmy Kimmel Live interview Wednesday, the host presented Trump with a statement from the Sanders campaign requesting a debate after Democrat frontrunner Hillary Clinton declined. So what do you think about this, Leanne? We've kind of been, I don't know, I've been kind of excited to see if this is ever going to happen. What do you think?
well, no, wait. So she declined debating Donald Trump?
She declined to debate Bernie Sanders again.
Wow. Because she doesn't even want to give him any more attention.
Well, she thinks it's over already.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's in the bag because, of course, all those weaponized protesters were focusing all of their attention on Trump rather than Hillary.
Well, and her weaponized superdelegates as well, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it would be pretty interesting. I know Donald Trump said he'd be down for it as long as the money for all the ratings would go to, like, supporting women's groups. So
I want to know,
down.
it says agreement to debate in California June 7th. So I think we should go to this.
Oh, for sure.
If there's ever going to be any kind of clash of any kind, Bernie Sanders supporters hate Trump. Trump supporters aren't going to be violent unless they're, pushed to that limit.
Well,
but
I feel like maybe the Bernie supporters, because they admit when you go and you counter their argument that they haven't even listened to anything Donald Trump has to say. All they've been given is those talking points, racist, homophobic, xenophobic. Maybe they'll actually have the opportunity to listen to two candidates who on both sides are very popular with the nation. So maybe they'll be able to learn something.
Well, I'm just curious if it's good, though. I mean, look, Trump's actually not going to be going up against Bernie. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't do him any good. I mean, at the end of the day, all that could really happen is it could hurt him. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused. I'm not really sure if that's a good choice. I mean, if anything, call Hillary out and debate her, and let's get those skeletons out of the closet. I want to see Trump and Hillary one-on-one. I want to see everything come out. I want to find out about the skeletons.
Because, Trump was able to secure the amount of delegates needed to secure the Republican nomination. So
now he's got to find out who he's going to pick as VP. And I'm telling you, I was just in Kentucky. Got Rand Paul. My buddy's good friends with him. I'm trying to let him know we need you.
Well, we really need him to stay where he is because the VP has no power unless the
but if we get a Newt Gingrich in there, I don't.
Rand Paul does way too much good to be the VP, though, because then we'll take him from a powerful position into like a dud position. But that would be pretty awesome. I wish I could be voting for Rand Paul. Anything else here? We got about a minute. ISIS jihadists allowed to spew hate on Twitter for 6 months without being banned. We still have Kill Donald Trump sites up on our pages on Facebook. And yet these guys can go around and brag about killing people and post videos, propaganda pieces all day long. No one bats an eye. No one gets mad. Well, I'm sick and tired of it. Ban them. Get rid of them. Yeah. You should see some of the things that people post up on Twitter.
Why don't we see people at Trump rallies stop burning the American flag? Why don't you start burning the ISIS flag? I want to see everybody. I forgot to say, I'm going to be in San Diego tonight with Josh Owens at the San Diego Trump rally tomorrow at 2 p.m. Make sure you're there. Get an ISIS flag. Let's burn that. Let's show them what to really burn. Ooh. Stop burning the American flag. Stop bringing Mexican flags. This is America. All right?
Sounds like a real
We're
challenge.
Americans, not Americans. So be there.
All right. That's going to be tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to be very excited to have you guys on the ground. And just based on what we've seen at all of these Trump rallies, and especially this one being in California with such a huge minority population, I predict fireworks.
Yeah, I dare someone to throw a rock at me.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Joseph Biggs. And thank you all for tuning in and watching the show tonight. Now, if you are not a Prison Planet subscriber yet, be sure to head over there. You can sign up for a prisonplanet.tv account, share your username and password with up to 20 people at the same time. And of course, you're helping this operation. We appreciate it, and we'll see you here again tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central.
lot of people ask me, what is the most important area of Infowars that runs the whole operation that is having such a big effect against the globalists? And I've said it over and over again, it is you, the listeners and the viewers, that send us the intel, the news tips, that support the broadcast, that spread the word. You are 90% of the operation or more. You don't stand beside us, you stand at the heart of Infowars. When I talk about the people at Infowars, from customer service, the shipping department, being just as important as our anchors, our researchers, our investigative journalists, and myself, it's absolutely true. Without this team that we've built over the last 20 plus years, we wouldn't be able to do any of what we've been doing. And that's what's so exciting, because we finally built up to a point where we now have the launch pad. Introducing AutoShip for InfoWarsLife.com, a new way to save time and money when you stock up on InfoWarsStore.com products. Again, ladies and gentlemen, when products are sold out, you're unable to get them, sometimes for months, but we hold back the products for people that have already signed up for AutoShip. When you choose AutoShip before checkout on your order at InfoWarsStore.com, we'll give you 10% off and give you guaranteed delivery of out-of-stock products that are on your AutoShip list. Plus, we're giving you free shipping on all orders above $50. Listeners have been requesting this for years because it's so easy to forget to reorder the products when you need them each month. Now it's finally here. AutoShip at InfoWarsStore.com and InfoWarsLife.com. It's easy. Go to InfoWarsStore.com, select your favorite product, click on the AutoShip, and choose how often you want us to send you another order. As you know, I coined the term 360 win, and with the new AutoShip feature at InfoWarsLife.com, it's a sure win. You add to that free shipping on orders of $50, it is a can't lose. Visit InfoWarsStore.com and save 10% off on your next InfoWars Life order by selecting AutoShip at checkout and get free shipping on all orders above $50. That's InfoWarsStore.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.